What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about Twitter, because Twitter is a trash platform. Twitter is a garbage fire. We all know this. I'm not breaking any news for anyone watching this video. If you have a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense, you already know that. But we did get a small victory with Twitter to expose the hypocrisy of this platform, the inconsistencies of this platform, and we're going to talk about it. Now, you're looking at a tweet because I was temporarily suspended for making this tweet. Now, why did I make this tweet? I made this tweet to see if Twitter would do anything to me, because as most of you already know, my friend Az from Hill vs. Babyface was permanently suspended on Twitter for saying that exact line right there in reference to the new She-Hulk, the new ma'am She-Hulk that was announced. And this is a Game of Thrones quote. Az said that, and Az got a permanent suspension for that right there. And Hill, over on Bounding in Comics, they covered where Hill versus Babyface got banned for a Game of Thrones quote. There is Az's account. I think he had like 23,000 followers, and he gets permanently suspended for that. Then Gary from Nerdrotic responded to someone that says, why did Az get banned? And Gary told them because he said all men must die. Then they gave Gary a 7-day suspension for this. 7 days. And that is what he was responding to. Twitter is such trash, and there is the screenshot of what he received. So during Friday Night Tights, I decided I'm going to tweet it out. Let's see what happens. So I tweeted it out, and hours passed, and nothing happened, not one thing. And then they started banning other people that were responding to me. Other people were saying it, and they were getting banned for it, but they didn't ban me. And then finally, they hit me with a 12-hour suspension. Now, in the 12-hour suspension, for anybody that's had any temporary suspension on Twitter, you know how the game goes. They want you to delete the tweet, that way admitting that you were wrong and they were right. But I'm like, I'm not deleting the tweet. I'm not going to delete the tweet. I'm going to appeal it. So I appealed it, and it took them a couple of days. And then they finally came back and said, your account is unlocked, you're good to go. And I'm like, this is so stupid. This whole situation is so stupid. You've got Az, who got permanently suspended and his appeal was rejected. You got Gary, who was suspended for 7 days for answering a question as to why Az got banned, and he got a 7-day suspension. And yet you have me, who was just putting it out there as a test, and I get a 12-hour suspension, but yet my appeal, I win my appeal. Gary lost his appeal. Az lost his appeal. And I'm pretty sure Upper Echelon Gaming he's been permanently banned as well. This is such a ridiculous situation. And I don't know the latest on Upper Echelon Gaming. I know he has a Locals account, as do we. So, again, to me, Locals is the future. It is. And I understand that some people are like, well, there's a paywall. I get that, but it's just a better Patreon. It's a far better version of Patreon, and there's not going to be any censorship. That's the biggest thing, and we have been in direct communication with Locals. We have a Locals account. I love what they're doing, and even if you just want to follow us on Locals, you don't have to pay. You can follow. You can't interact, but you can at least follow, and you can hear what we're saying and see what we're saying, unless it's a supporters-only post. But Locals is the future for a lot of different reasons, and it's not the same thing as Twitter, but to me, it will be the future of a lot of what people are doing on social media. But yeah, so Upper Echelon Gaming, I don't know the latest on him right now, but obviously we support Upper Echelon Gaming. But it just continues to show the hypocrisy. Now, again, I have this account that I really don't even want. So I was permanently suspended from Twitter on my original D-Day Cobra account that had, I don't know, 25 or 30,000 followers. I can't remember. Over DMCA stuff. So basically, because of Naughty Dog memes, my first account was permanently suspended over Naughty Dog memes. Big Papa Pump is your hookup, or Big Abby Pump is your hookup. Holler if you hear me. That's why I was permanently banned from Twitter. Yet now here I am on another account, and I win my appeal while people like Az and Gary and Upper Echelon Gaming and many others are losing their appeals. This is insane. Like, all we ask for is consistent rules. That's all I've ever asked for. You need rules, you need guidelines, you need structure. I am not disagreeing with that at all. But when the rules are not consistently enforced, it's a huge problem. And this is what Twitter does. This is what YouTube does to a far lesser extent. I will say YouTube is much better than Twitter or Facebook. Much better. Even though they're not great, they are much better than the trash fire known as Twitter. And this is why people are so frustrated with all of this. This is why. Because of the inconsistencies. Because there is no clear definitive line as to anything that they want to uphold. Nothing. There's no reason I should have my account if Az and Gary don't have theirs, especially Az, because he's got the permanent suspension. And by the way, if you want to go follow Az over on Instagram, you can do that. You see it right there. You know, that's where you're going to be able to find more out about what Az has going on. Also, subscribe to Heel vs. Babyface on YouTube. But this is why so many people call out these big tech companies. There's no consistency. You define a line and you hold people accountable based on that, but they give you these vague rules so that they don't have to be held accountable. They're vague for a reason, and people are tired of it. I was putting this out there just to test it to see what would happen. And I, the one person who was putting it out as a troll, I win my appeal. Yet Gary, who was answering a question, loses his appeal, and Az, who is putting out there as a statement in reference to something, a piece of news, as a joke, and he gets permanently suspended. This is such a garbage platform. It's ridiculous. So again, I'll say it one more time. I believe locals is the way of the future. I love what they're doing on that platform. They have told us point blank they aren't going to censor anyone over opinions. They're just not. Obviously, they can't allow adult content, which I don't have a problem with that. I don't know why you would want to go to a social media site and see that. There's plenty of other sites for that. But in terms of just speech, language, opinions, that's not getting censored on locals. They let you control your community. And that's why I love what they're doing, because we control what we're doing. So please, if anything, at the very least, just go follow us on locals. Just follow us. There's a link in the description of this video. Just follow the Geeks and Gamers community. If you want to support us over there, we do appreciate it, and that helps locals. They've come to us. They've asked us to be on their platform. They've worked with us. They have bent over backwards for us. And, I mean, how can you not be thankful for that when you're dealing with all of this other nonsense on social media? So, again, for me, places like locals is the future of a lot of what we're doing. Uploads, full uploads can go over there. Live streaming is being worked on right now for locals. And essentially what it is a Patreon, but it also acts like a Facebook group. So there's more interactions from your supporters. When you're a supporter, you can actually interact with the community over there. It's fantastic. So, other than that, Twitter is trash. Jack Dorsey is trash. Social media, generally speaking, is trash. And we're going to continue to move forward. So again, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support over on geeksandgamers.com. Thank you for the support on locals. Go follow Az over on Instagram. And, support your favorite creators, because, your favorite creators out there busting their ass, doing their thing, and your support is more important now than it has ever been before. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.